And so I helped that one and went on up, and just outside of Boston there was this guy hitching, and I stopped and picked him up, give him a ride, and turned out he was I guess what you call an old wino. He was alcoholic for sure, and it was raining and wet outside, and as soon as he got inside the truck he fell asleep. Well, I had the radio on, and when I did, they had a news flash on about Earl Clanton and Derek Peterson. They were still in Warrenton, North Carolina. They never did get out of Warrenton. They was right there where we left the van that night. And he said they had caught them in a laundromat drinking wine and eating cheese. So I hurried up and turned the radio off, while I had the other guy in the car or in the truck, and we took him up to his exit and let him off. And by this time, I'm already beyond Boston, and on the other side of Boston, in fact. And I'm running out of gas. I'm already down to like $1. That's about all I got left is $1. And I run out of gas. Well, I'm down to a quarter a tank. So I pull off at this little town, and I figured, well, I'll try to sell something off the truck. I'll try to sell a spare tire or anything, and maybe I can tell people that I'm on my way to visit a relative, and something happened, like run out of money or something. But anyway, I went all through this little town and couldn't find nowhere, and I was beginning to think that we were going to be on foot. And I was down to, the truck was just, I had about an eighth of a tank, about an eighth of a tank of gas, I guess. And finally this one filling station directed me to a place called Thompson Tire Company. And they said that they usually buy tires and stuff. So I went over there and backed up and went in and talked to them. And it was a mom and daughter operation, or not a mom, but dad and daughter operation. And she was Irish, and she had it on the Irish, an Irish radio station. I can remember that, and the way she talked, I like the way the Irish people sound. I like their accent. And anyway, I told her that I needed to sell a spare tire, and she told me she could look at it. And, of course, I had to go out and take it off. And we got to talking, and first one thing and then the other, and then all of a sudden a news flash came on the radio about the escape. Well, I found out later that it'd been flashing it on there all day long. And that woman, she absolutely knew that we was on the escape, or we was the escapees. I mean, the truck had the North Carolina license plate on it. She just knew it. I mean, it had the description of the truck to the T and everything. And she told me, she said, she gave me a couple dollars and said to go over to some little coffee shop and get us all some coffee and donuts. That was good. That came in real good, and it was still kind of cold in where we was at. And I didn't have on nothing but a t-shirt and a pair of pants, and Willie, he was about the same situation. So when I come back over there, I pulled the tire off. The tire wasn't any good, and then I took and pulled out the old billy club. By that time, another boy had come in, and he was looking for a jack. So I pulled a jack out the truck and sold him the jack. Sold that to him for $10. Sold him the billy club. Well, I pulled out the billy club first, and the girl said, "Whoa, wait a minute, hold it." I said, "Oh no, look." I said, "This is for sale." No funny business. And then she smiled real big. She said, "Okay." And I sold that to the young kid too. Sold that to him for $5. And so that gave me $15 right there. That was almost enough for a tank of gas. And then the truck had a two-way radio in it. And I told her I'd sell her that. And she said, okay. And so I went ahead and cut the wires to take that out and carried it in to her. And she had given me, she gave me another $20 for that. And she told me to go ahead and fill up the truck with gas and then come back. And Willie, he stayed there and talked with her while I went and did that. And I filled the truck up with gas and come back, and now I had a full tank of gas again and about $10 or $15 in my pocket. So I came back to get Willie, and I walked in, and when I did, she had given him a hooded sweatshirt, and she gave me a coat. And she said, here, these will keep you warm. And then Willie went on out and got in the truck, and she told me, by that time her father had come back, and the employee that was helping him came back with him. And she told me, she gave me the radio back. She said, look, I don't really want the radio. She said, you take the radio, and said, let me hear from you when you get to wherever you're going. Said, just send me a postcard, let me know you got there okay. And she told the employee, her dad gave me directions on how to get to Springfield, Massachusetts, because that's once I wanted to get to Springfield, but I'd forgotten which road to get on. So he gave me the directions, and she told her employee, she said, look, she said, get in your car, and said, let him follow you to the interstate. And as soon as he gets to the interstate, let him know where it's at. And she told him, she said, don't ask him any questions. She said, just do it and come on back. And as I was leaving, I thanked her, and really thanked her. And I knew then that she knew what was going on, and she knew that I knew her. And she really helped out a lot. So we got in the truck, and we got back on the highway, and we was on our way here. We pulled up into Springfield a couple hours later. Well, about an hour later, actually. And then we went down. Once I got to Springfield, I went down to Warwick, Massachusetts. And that's just a little country place. And went down there for a commune. I used to be a member of the commune there when I grew up. In fact, I was looking for them in hopes that they might still be there when I went there. But they had moved on to Turner Falls, Massachusetts. But the old buildings that they used to live in was still there. And also somebody had built a getaway cabin for the weekend just for recreational parties. And I seen that. Well, we went up and we had $5 when I went. We had about $7 left between us. So we put it all together, and we went to the store and spent a couple dollars, got some food, and come back, and we parked out in the woods that night, slept in the truck. And I just knew that, well, we was in a situation again where we was running out of gas and out of money too, so I had to do something. So I went back to that little cabin where I'd seen the day before, and of course there was a light on in there the day before. And I went up there, and I just went out on the edge of the woods and watched it until dark, and absolutely nobody come around it. So myself and Jones, we went up to the building that was just a few feet from the cabin, and we stayed in there until dark and watching the place, and still nobody there. So I left Willie there, and I went to the cabin and was looking in through the windows and stuff, just checking it out to make sure that there was nobody in there. And there wasn't a soul in there. It was just locked up, and of course the light stayed on 24 hours a day, and just to have the place lit up at night, keep from crooks breaking in like we did.